Okay, it's time for mail call. We got a pretty big box, so we're excited for this one.
Wow.
Alright, so we unpacked everything. Check out what we got. I think we did pretty well. As you can see, we have not one, not two, not three, but 4 Saturns. Saturns, if you don't already know, are one of my most beloved consoles, both to play and to sell. These are all needing to be cleaned. Nothing leaves my store without getting cleaned. You guys know that. I preach about that a lot. Anyway, so do the math. I generally sell these anywhere between $140 to $200 based on condition, how much time I put into them. Of course, my listing will denote that as well, but really I put all the time into all of them, making sure that they're good to go, putting in new lasers, calibrating the lasers, what have you. Over here we have some 3DS games and a DS game. So this Frozen one is sealed. This other Frozen one is sealed. This one isn't. But hey, 3DS and DS games tend to sell well and fast, and complete and then sealed, even better. Moving right along, we have an Xbox controller. This one's a wired one. This one I might just throw for auction. We'll see. I'm gonna check to see if it actually is new. Over here we have some Nintendo 64 controllers, and it looks like somebody got creative. They mixed and matched some of the shells, the chassis, whatever you want to call them. I'm pretty sure I have all of these colors in stock, so I'll probably switch them out with maybe some controllers that are effective. Like I might have a red controller that's bad, so I'll just take the shell from it, make a red controller, boom, sells for a little bit more than a gray. Same thing over here. I'm pretty sure I have parts for those. Now, the really cool part is 1, 2, 3 TurboGrafx 16s. If you deal with video games, you already know what your price point is, what they sell for, so on and so forth. Now, I've been looking for an excuse to add one to my collection, so I think we have candidates here. So that's great. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with those, both testing, cleaning, etc., learning in and studying them. This is a Genesis controller, and over here we have one of the TurboGrafx controllers that came in. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a joystick. So we'll see how that one comes out once it's clean. Now, all this stuff is worth a good amount of money, right? I haven't really calculated how much it's going to be. I'm sure I did I know I did back when I first threw my hat in the ring for this auction. So I'm of course going to make my money back, including shipping, fees for selling, wherever I'm going to sell these at, etc., etc. So that's not even a problem. But what's fun right now for me is I also got this Mario Paint. If you remember, or if you ever played this, and if you were a kid when this came out, you found ways to entertain yourself with this for hours and hours and hours. And I have copies of Mario Paint, and I have 3 or 4 of these mouse pads, and I have, I think, 1 or 2 of these mice. But the one I have is discolored, so I need to treat it. So getting them in this condition is really, really cool. So we'll see if that's worthy of going on the collection. But I just want to share, because I want to remind everybody that auctions are a great way to source. Of course, make sure you know what you're getting into. Make sure you read all the terms and conditions for each auction house, their shipping rates. Make sure you're looking to see if they're going to ship themselves or if they're going to ship through a third party. The ones that use Shipping Saint, or what's the other one called? Or if they go through UPS, they're probably going to overcharge you. And honestly, Shipping Saint they tend to be terrible with their packing. They don't care. They just throw everything in there. They charge you tons of money, and then they barely even protect your stuff. This actually, whoever packed this stuff actually did a great job. Let me show you. Everything was nicely wrapped. I folded and tried to make it nice and neat because everything was was packed, wrapped, and taped so nicely that it actually did not ruin the bubble wrap. I was very surprised. Very few auction houses do this. Most of them just throw everything in there. Mine, we do put a lot of care into how we pack things, both for our store and for our auction, but most people don't. Okay, and so as I was saying, make sure you check all the terms and condition. Of course, you want to know that buyer's premium. You want to know if they're going to charge you taxes. If you have an LLC and you got a tax resale certificate, make sure that you send it over. But at the end of the day, you can make a lot of money and you can add gems to your collection when you're sourcing through auctions. So don't be afraid to dip your toes in. Don't be afraid to throw your weight into it. And I mean, as you can see, I scored really well here. I'm gonna make a lot of money. Well, I'm gonna make good money. I don't want to sound like I'm bragging. Sorry. I'm gonna make good money, and I'm gonna add some stuff to my personal collection. So it's a win. And it's not just gonna be a trading time for profit type of thing. It's gonna be profit and collection. So I'm rambling now. So anyway, just want to share with you guys some of what we got in today. Thanks.